welcome to Solidworks Station. My name's Stuart, and in today's tutorial we're going to have a little look at producing this Brewdog IPA can. Now, in order to do this, there's a few things that we need to look at. We need to look at a revolve boss base, and we also need to look at appearances and how to map those in Solidworks. Any questions at all regarding this tutorial, please get in touch and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Best of luck everyone, and let's get started. Okay, so I've got Solidworks open. I'm going to go to File and New, and I'm going to create a new part. Now the first thing I'm going to do is going to go to my front plane, normal 2, and I'm going to sketch a corner rectangle. From the origin, just sketch that out. I'm going to give this a smart dimension. Okay, I'm going to go with 66.3 across the top, and I'm going to go with 115.2 for the height. I'm going to make a feature out of this. I'm going to go extruded boss base. I'm going to extrude it by 10 millimeters. Now what I'm actually doing here is I'm creating a surface basically to put a material on. So I'm going to go into appearances. Now let me just close these down so you can see it from the start. I'm going to go appearances, I'm going to go down, I'm going to go into stone, into architecture, and then down to floor tile. From floor tile, I'm going to get floor tile 1, drag and drop it onto this surface, and I'm going to choose face boss. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering why I've chosen a floor tile to put on this Brewdog can. The reason being is because it's patterned, and it's quite easy to map it. So I'm going to go over to here where it says Display Manager, and I'm going to go and right click my floor tile. Okay, I'm going to edit the appearance. Now at the moment here, okay, under image, it's pointing at the C drive, program files, SolidWorks, and then basically the list goes on right until the end where it's finding floor tile 1 JPEG. We're going to change where this is pointing. It's going to change the image file path. So I'm going to browse. I'm going to go to my desktop, to Solidworks Station parts, and to the Brewdog can images. Now, for you guys who are interested, I've just gone into the internet. I've just typed this is in a Bing search engine, Brewdog can, and you can use any one of these. There's a tall one there. You could do a tall can. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so you just right click on this, save the picture, and save it in an area where you're going to find it quite easily. Okay. Right, from here what we're going to do is we're going to go back into SolidWorks, and we're going to choose this image. Alright, this is the new labeling of the Brewdog IPA Dead Pony Club, should I say, the Dead Pony Club can. So any image of a can is fine, however I'm going to be using this Dead Pony Club image. So I'm going to double click on that, and you can see it appears on the surface. And from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to mapping, and I'm going to increase the mapping down here under size and orientation. I'm just going to click on this button here, just increase the width. Now I've got fixed aspect ratio on, okay, so hopefully this should fit nice and snug, there we go, on that surface. Green tick, and then we're going to click on this surface, and we're going to go normal 2. Let's just have a little bit of a inspection here. Yeah, it's fitted on fine, perfectly. So the dimensions that I gave you right at the start, 66.3 by 115.2, are perfect for this can. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on this surface, and we're going to say sketch. We're going to grab a center line, and we're going to draw a center line down from the top all the way down to the bottom. Now, this next bit, okay, you don't have to apply loads of smart dimensions to this. Okay, we're just getting a basic sketch in place. So I'm going to go to line, I'm going to draw a line across. Okay, to about here. I'm going to go up. This is going to form the lip of my can. Across. Okay, back down. Just going to go and try and get it as close as I can to this line. Okay, this line here should be vertical. Okay, so don't go following the line. Okay, because that's at the moment at 86 degrees. Okay, just left click anywhere, press escape, click back on the line and make it vertical. Okay, go back to the line. To about here, to about here, and then just draw a line straight across for the time being. Super. Go to trim entities and just trim this up here using the trim to closest. Okay, we will actually place a spline on this eventually. We need to create some fillets here, so let's do 1 mil to start off with. Let's go to the top. Okay, we'll put a millimeter chamfer in. Sorry, a millimeter fillet in here. We're going to put a millimeter fillet in there. Let's have a look. Change this to probably 0.5. There we go. Maybe a little bit bigger there. Let's go with fillet again. Let's go with 0.5. Let's do 0.5 to that. Let's go back in and do one at 1 millimeter. Try 2. See what that looks like. It's a bit better. 2 millimeters there. This one, let's go with 15. Just trying to get the shape of a can. Yeah, that's fine. Down here, let's go with 5 millimeters. Yep. Let's revert back to 2. And let's go again with 2 here actually. Okay, and yeah, that's fine. Let's go with a spline now. We're going to do a spline from here, this point here where this fillet finishes, about halfway. I'm going to go to this point here, okay, where the aluminium can finishes and the label starts. Okay, just double click to get out of that. Go to trim entities and just trim off that line. Right, we've got some points here that we can start to drag up. Okay, so we're just trying to form what would be like the bellowed bit underneath the can. Okay, something like that would be fine for this demonstration. Okay, this is a bit of a sharp point here, so let's go back to our fillet. We're on 2 mil, we might not get away with that. Let's delete this line here. Yep, and let's go and fillet. Just drag this line to this line. About there, let's click on this one, let's drag this one to here. Okay, let's see what we can get away with on that. Let's on fillet. That's more like it. Okay, so a 2 mil fillet there, worked fine. Okay, and green tick. Right, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a selection window, okay, around what we've drawn. We're going to go Control C to copy it, File, New, Part. We're going to go into our front plane, Normal to, Front plane, Sketch. Click on our origin point and Control V. Okay, and let's do a Control 8 there as well. And again, Control 8, just a normal 2 view. Right, we're going to get rid of this center line, and we're going to draw a new line, okay, from here down to this point, just to finish our sketch off. And we're going to go to Features, Revolve Boss Base. It's asking for our axis of revolution. That's going to be this line, and there we go. So we're going to green tick that, and let's go and place on our Brewdog IPA label. So to do this, very similar to how we did it before, we go to our appearances, scenes and decals. We pick up our architectural floor tile wall, just drag and drop that straight onto there, and face only. Go into our appearances over here, right click, edit the appearance, and this time we want to point at our label. So under images, this is under color image by the way, down here to image, browse, and we're going to find our label. Okay, just double clicked on that, and then we're going to go into mapping, and then we're going to increase our mapping. Okay, let's have a little look at that. Oops, go back to color image, apologies for that. Desktop, Solidworks Station images, brew can, change this to all files, grab my label again, save, yes. Okay, so I'm going to drag our floor tile 1 on, and we want to choose face revolve. Then from here we're going to go into appearances, right click on here and go to edit appearance, and we want to point this time at our Brewdog label. So desktop, we're going to go to Solidworks Station parts, Brewdog can image, change to all files, and select our image and open. We can save that, yes. Go to mapping, scroll down and just increase our mapping here. To go a bit more in this direction. We're getting there, let's have a little look. Let's move this down, still a bit more. Let's try 100 on here. And let's take off fixed aspect ratio. Let's try 80 in there. Looking more like it. Get in there. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to accept that. It's not perfect. I'm going to increase the size of this label because I want it to run all the way up the can. I want it actually to bleed all the way up the can and bleed down onto this bit here. So I'm going to select this piece, hold down Control, this piece, and this piece, and this piece, and then at the bottom I want this piece, and this piece, and that's it. Okay, go to edit appearance, left click on that, and can you see how it's bled all the way up the can this time? Okay, so here I'm just going to move it up, and that should fit. Perfect. Perfect, I'm happy with that. Okay, tick this, that's fine. I'm going to go into a top view, so Control 8 for a normal 2 view. Go to our appearances again, grab our floor tile, drag that on, just on the face, right click, edit the appearance. This time we're going to go and find the top of our can. So browse, top of our can. Okay, I found that just by typing in Coke can top. Okay, you can have it open, it's entirely up to you. In mapping, go to mapping and just increase one of these, either one, and keep fixed aspect ratio on. Okay, so that's at 65, let's try 66, 67, that's more like it, that's quite close. I'm going to go 67.5. That's as close as I think I'm going to get that. Okay, and green tick. Control 7 on your keyboard. Now obviously you can see we've got some lines here, that's because we need to take those off. So if we go into here and just change it to shaded, there we go. Perfect. Hope you've enjoyed that. It's been a 60-minute video tutorial on how to create a Brewdog Punk IPA can in Solidworks 2019. If you struggle at all, get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to help you out. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon for another video tutorial from Solidworks Stations. Thank you very much, and goodbye.